Hi there, René H. Jurgensen from CoinLands here, and in this video I'm going to talk about cryptocurrency for beginners. So this video is meant for people that are just starting out. You actually haven't bought any crypto yet, or maybe you bought you're on your first app, maybe a couple of weeks or a month. Then this video is for you, right? So basically, you have probably heard about crypto for some years in the news. You've also heard all the fear mongering, all the scare tactics, all the haters. You heard that too, and that's probably why you haven't come till now. You've been skeptical. There's a lot of criticisms, scams, it's for criminals, it's for tax evasion, it's all the bad stuff, right? That's what the media wants you to believe, because really what we're in now, a digital revolution of money. Everything is going online. We've got AI, we got robotics, everything is being digitized. Everything is becoming digital. And of course, money has to follow as well, right? So this is an inevitable evolution, but of course there are those that want to maintain their current structures, their current financial institutions and the power structures. They like to keep everything the way things are. Nobody likes change, right? But the world is changing and crypto is entering. It is becoming mainstream. We've just had the ETF launched in January 12th of 24. So this is really becoming mainstream now. And so now is really the time to ask yourself, is this something you want to be part of? Do you want to have access to some of the gains that people are talking about, or you want to find out if this is real, if this is something you can do too? So this might actually be a good time to actually just maybe let's try it. You can always try, and if you start carefully. So this is what I recommend. If this is your first time, I recommend starting slowly, right? So really what I would do as a first timer, as a beginner, is that I would probably go to something, let's say if you're in the US, even Europe. US, you can do Coinbase. North America, Coinbase is very strong, and I recommend Coinbase. I use it myself. They have high security. They are regulated. They are on the stock exchange. It's a public company that's regulated, so it's not FTX that goes bankrupt because there's no board and no regulation. This is not Coinbase. Coinbase has been regulated from the start, and it's run really well. The CEO is really smart. He knows what he's doing. This is a really great company, and the app is really great. So that's actually where I would start. If you're in Europe, I might recommend Revolut, the Revolut app. It's a neobank. But let's just start with Coinbase. I think that's the simple way to do. So basically what you do is you go in and you download the app. So you go into if you're on Apple, or if you're on Google, you go into the App Store and then you download the app, right? And then the first step is really just to get set up. It might ask for some personal information, and then you are able to add, let's say you want to start slow, start with $500, start with $1,000, a couple of thousand, right? Start slow until you get it, right? Until it's kind of, it makes sense for you and you feel comfortable, because in the beginning you might make some mistakes, you might lose a little bit, it might not, there's, you have to be very careful out there. There is, I would say, if we look at the actual data, it shows us that about 80% of people lose money on crypto. So this is really because there's a steep learning curve. You've heard about the $10,000 hour rule to become an expert, right? So that's 4 or 5 years. So you can't just become rich your first 2-3 months or your first year. Actually, it's something that takes time, right? So a lot of people are still entering the space and they're learning, and that learning curve is where you lose money, basically, right? So that's why you got to go easy, you got to go slow, you got to treat it with a little bit of respect. So start with something you can afford to lose. Is it $500 you can afford to lose? Is it $1,000? Is it $5,000? Whatever. Start at some comfortable level where you feel, okay, this is money I'm able to play with, because it is a gamble. You're learning here, right? So you could lose everything, or you could lose 80%. So set aside an amount that you feel that's comfortable. And then let's look at one of my favorite quote here. This is just to get you a little bit in the right mind here, because you're not going to it's not a get rich fast scheme. You can get rich and you can get rich fast, but it's not everybody, right? 80% lose money. And so I think a famous investor said that there are two kinds of people who lose money. Those who know nothing, so that would be you're starting up, so you know nothing. And then the other people, those that know everything. So this tells you a little bit about, we have to treat this with respect in the beginning when we're learning, but also we have to be careful we don't become overconfident. We have to be a little bit humble, right? Because if we know everything, then that certainty can get us in trouble as well, right? And then let's just start with one thing I can guarantee you is that the data also shows, the study shows that 97% of people who day trade in crypto, they lose their money in the long run. So don't trade. You might have heard of it, and it seems, it's like exciting. You're trading every day, and it's emotional and it's exciting, but that's not what you want. You don't want emotion involved in investing. That's really important, because investing, where things go wrong, is when you get emotional, right? So you don't want to do day trading, and I can guarantee you, starting out, maybe in 5 or 10 years, maybe you can become a successful trader, but there actually, even in the stock market, there's only 1 or 2% that consistently win in day trading. Everybody else loses, right? And this is supported by data. It's not my opinion, right? So trading, no matter where you do it, it's not going to work out for you. Right? So let's just forget that. Those that know everything, they lose money, right? That's really what we can tell. So be respectful. Think about the 10,000 hours, because it really does take that long. So take the first 5,000 hours, take it as a learning curve, and only put in what you feel you can lose, and get into the app and start trading. Start slowly and start certain coins, bigger coins, and then get into it, right? Because you also need to think about things like scams. There's a lot of people out there, when you're just new in the space, they're going to try and scam you. They're going to try and steal your money. They're going to try and get your access code, your password from you. Never give out your password to anybody else. Never, right? But there's all these schemes out there, because when you're new in the space, this is really where you fall prey to these scammers that are out there waiting for new people, fresh meat, right? So don't be that. Be a little bit clever. Think about your security. Like, if you go to the bank, would you give your password to your bank card to somebody else? No, you would never give that to. That's for you, right? That's the same in crypto. You gotta think in the same kind of. You gotta think in a reasonable way, right? Don't do anything rash or anything again. And that's again why I say, keep the emotions out. Do this without the emotions, right? And then once you really figure out how everything works, you can actually, once you have a large amount, you can actually take your money offline into what we call cold storage. So that would be a little stick. That will be something like, I like to use this one, is Trezor. Basically, it's connected here. When it's connected to the internet, you can punch in your password, and then you can open, you can trade, or transfer everything. But as soon as you disconnect it, nobody can get to your password. Your password is sealed. It's offline. Nobody can hack it. So this is when you get, let's say, a couple of years down there. Right, this just to show you that you need to think about safety as well, right? So what to invest in? I think when you're just starting out, let's just go safe, right? Because you don't want to gamble and lose 80% of your investment in the beginning, because that's going to discourage you. Then you're going to think, okay, this is not for me, it doesn't work, right? So you want to start with Bitcoin. I don't know, 25% Bitcoin of 1,000, $250 in Bitcoin. And then you want some Ethereum, maybe another, $250 in Ethereum, and then maybe another $250 in Solana. Let's say those are 3 really big ones that we know are going to go up, right? So they're going to be great. And then maybe pick, 1 or 2 extra coins that, you like the name or you like the project. Maybe you get that the trend is AI right now. So maybe buy an AI coin. That could be Render, that could be Fetch AI, or it could be something smaller, right? They have Coinbase has quite a nice selection of coins, and of course they have all vetted the coins, so you can be pretty sure when you're on Coinbase what you invest in. They're pretty secure coins, right? They're not going to go to zero like the next day, right? That's I think they have been vetted by Coinbase pretty well, so you can be pretty sure anything on Coinbase, you can invest in that. So try it out, and then once you see some gains, once you see 50% gain, you're going to be excited and say, okay, maybe this is real, maybe I trust it, and you can maybe put in another 500 or something. Then maybe now you want to go into more smaller coins. You might be watching YouTube videos, you might be hearing about little small cap gains that are just going up, 20x, 50x, and of course that gets you very excited. So I want to do that too, right? But once you get to that point, you have to think about getting off Coinbase, right? Because Coinbase does not have all coins. There are literally thousands of coins. So some of these smaller things, these 50x's you hear about, that's not going to happen on Coinbase. So if you want to go there, you have to consider either going on another exchange, like if you go on an exchange like Gate.io or MEXC is a Mexican app. These apps have lesser regulations than so Gate.io is an Asian, and MEXC is from Mexico, and they have less regulation, right? So the market in the US, Canada, Europe too is heavily regulated, and therefore some of these smaller cap coins, some of these meme coins, all stuff, they don't have access, right? So that's why you need to go off. Or a better alternative, because learning a new exchange can take time, because now you just figured out how Coinbase works. So you could also go to Coinbase wallet. Coinbase has the app, but then it also has a wallet. And that's pretty easy to set up, and it's actually quite secure. Coinbase's mission is really to make crypto trading easy and available to everybody. It's a great mission, and they're really doing a good job. So this Coinbase wallet you can set up. It's a separate app which has your wallet next to your Coinbase wallet. And you can send money from your Coinbase. You can put money in, and then you can send money into your Coinbase wallet. And then inside that wallet, now you can exchange. It's called swap into some of these smaller, lower cap coins. And now you have access to a broader market, right? Don't do this your first month, wait 6 months or something. Just figure out Coinbase first. Figure out one thing at a time, and then once you figure it out and you feel this works, you've seen some gains, you feel confident, put a little bit more, and then now you start hearing about the smaller caps and the big gains. Okay, if you want to play a little bit, but put a little bit, some of your gains, put them into the Coinbase wallet and start trading slowly into these coins, right? Just, step by step. So now you're getting closer to getting it. All right, now you've got your 2,000-3,000 hours, right? So now comes really the big lesson in crypto, which is understanding the market cycles. This is also the same in stock investing. The markets go up and down, right? We might have a boom for 7 to 10 years, and then we have a correction for 2 to 3 years, right? In crypto, it's different. It's a 4-year cycle, and you might have overheard of it. It's something called the Bitcoin halving. So basically, the miners, the people that mine the Bitcoin and take care of the network, they're getting paid in Bitcoin. But the amount of Bitcoin they get paid, it gets cut in half every 4 years. And that means the supply is cut in half because these miners will sell it on the market once they receive it. And therefore, their supply is cut in half. And therefore, the overall supply goes down, and therefore demand and the price goes up. So that's usually the 4-year cycle that causes a bull run, right? And that's a 3-year up cycle into a bull run, and then we have a 1-year correction. So these are things you need to start to notice, because depending on when you are watching this video, are you seeing this video in 24, 25, 26? If you're seeing this 24, we're still probably on the way to the top of the bull run. But if you're seeing this as 26, we might have actually hit the top, and we might actually be going down into a bear market. So then what does that tell you? That tells you that, okay, so now I need to prepare for the next bull run, right? So really understanding the market cycle is what Warren Buffett tells us, that what the wise does at the beginning, the fool does at the end. So if you're coming in mid 25, unless we're in a super cycle and we're still in a bull run in mid 25, then we might have actually already hit the top, and we might be going into a bear market. At least 2026, this is going to be a bear market for sure. I'm pretty sure even a super cycle is not going to take us into 2026 and beyond. I think that is not very unlikely, but I would say there's only a 25-30% chance of that. I think we might have a normal cycle and it might end before, right? But anyway, the idea is that when you understand the market cycles, this is really when you get to your 5,000, maybe your 7,000 hours of learning, then you understand that you should maybe your lessons from this cycle, what you've learned now, the gains you've had, you might have lost again now because you didn't sell at the top. You didn't know when the top was. But now the lesson is now to set you up for the second cycle. And so the second cycle, the second bull run, we believe is going to be in 28. We think there's another halving, Bitcoin halving in 2028. And therefore the bear market might be around 26. And therefore that would tell us that we predict maybe 2027. When you get to 2027, you still have 3 years. Do a little research yourself and figure out if this still holds true. But 2027 should be what we call accumulation. That should be the time to buy, because now you're buying the dip. You're buying everything cheap, and then you're holding on to it, and then you go into your second bull run. Now you're in your second bull run, and now you're getting close to your 10,000 hours, because now the trick becomes to when to get out. Time the market, the top of your second bull run, and then sell before the top and get out with a substantial profit. That's really the goal with learning how to do crypto trading. And once you're there, then you can reap the benefits, and then you can figure out what you want to do with your money, your exit strategy, what is your profit taking strategy. Those are more different concepts. I have other videos on that. You can look at some of those videos here on my profile. Also at Coinbase, if you want help, if you don't have 10,000 hours to wait, if you actually want in now in this bull run and have some success, some gains, do contact us. You can contact us through the website. It's on the profile, and you can set up a free consultation, and we can talk about what are your investment goals, what are your needs here, and how can we help you profit in this bull run so you can get there faster, because we're very happy here. And personally, I can talk to you in person and share my knowledge, and I can actually manage your assets and your account for you so you get there faster. So look forward to hearing from you, and have a nice day.